And good morning. It's 7:03 on this Tuesday, August 27th. It's time to head to Studio B for Coleman and Company.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. Tuesday morning, and we're ready to get going for Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital. And, of course, the change took place back 1st of August, and new name and a lot of big things that are coming to pass. But it is Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital, and we want to remind you of a couple of events. They are free seminars that you can attend. They're free community events. And both of these are taking place in September, but we'll get you a head start here perhaps now. First is the Stroke Support Group, which will meet on September 12th at 5 p.m. at 500 Park Avenue, the ground floor of the McFarland Conference Room. Now, the Stroke Support Group promotes optimism, resilience, determination, and independence by sharing experiences, exchanging resources, socializing, gaining knowledge, problem solving, and giving mutual support. And you can imagine if you have a few people sitting around who are in the same kind of situation here, how much that can mean in all of these things, especially in sharing experiences and gaining knowledge about it all. And all are welcome. Friends and family are encouraged to attend. Light refreshments are provided, but space is limited, so reserve your spot. Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital.com/events, or you can call 615-443-6807. Now, this stroke support group will meet on September 12th. Then, on September 17th, at 11:30 to 12:30 will be a hip and knee pain seminar. This will be at 1411 West Padua Parkway, and you can enter through the outpatient center entrance. Free lunch is provided for this hip and knee pain seminar. You can attend. It is hosted by an orthopedic surgeon, where you'll learn about surgical options that can provide relief from your joint pain. And they'll discuss robotic-assisted knee replacement and hip replacement options as well. Again, space is limited. Reserve your spot, Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital.com/events, or call 615-443-2560. And that is it for Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital this morning, who present our program and provide a medical professional a couple of times a month. But today we're spotlighting the city of Mount Juliet. And we have Jamie Luffman here, fire chief for the city.
Well, you can call me
Kenny. Reminds me of that song, you never call me by my name.
Yeah, never call me by my name. No, I'm not saying anything this morning. Billy poked his head in just before we went on the air and said, this is going to be archived forever and ever, amen. So keep it to yes, no questions, Coleman.
Well, since you mentioned that, I'll just remind everybody, yes, you can go to WANTFM.com, scroll down the page a little, and click on the link that says Details underneath Coleman and Company. It'll take you to a page with a link that says, click here to listen to previous interviews. So I haven't tried that. I've got to one of these days.
It's like I told him, it's hard enough for me to look in the mirror and shave, much less listen to myself talk or sing. But
I do not like to listen to I never. Our program is also repeated on AM at 10 o'clock,
yes.
but I'll be honest, I never listen to myself. Once is enough.
I'll go back every now and then and see if there's anything that's going to get me brought into the principal's office, but that's about it. Hey, before we get started, Brother Ray Justice wanted me to tell you good morning this morning. So good morning this morning.
All right. Good morning, Ray Justice. Well, you are the fire chief. You got your budget in place.
Yes.
But before we even think about talking about that, I think we need to talk about the meeting last night.
Yes.
And you were there.
I was there.
All right. Yeah. And I think we've got a settlement between the city of Mount Juliet and the Wilson County Board of Education.
Yes.
Now, I don't know whether that's the most important thing, but it's been waiting the longest.
Well, it was a good agenda. It was short, sweet, and to the point, and everything passed. A lot of unity there with the commission, which we like to see. But to your point, there was a resolution that was passed 5-0 by the commission, and we do have 5 commissioners now. We'll talk about the newly appointed commissioner in just a moment. There was a resolution approving an agreed order to settle the lawsuit with the Wilson County Board of Education, approved by the Board of Education on February the 6th of 2017. So that's we can move forward on that piece of legislature, and that's going to open the way for us to do some commerce on a piece of land there across from the new Green Hill High School, and go vertical with the North Side Fire Station.
Let me just ask this: is the part of the back liquor tax that was owed to the city to the Lebanon Special School, is that part of this settlement last night? Or?
That I'm not sure of. There's a limit to my political. I'm not a politician, but being a fire chief, Chris Dow will tell you, Joey Cooper will tell you, you got to get, you get about ankle deep in it. That's about as far as I go. But no, I think that does pave the way for us to go forward on moving some money around.
And that makes you happy too, because you're wanting that fire station.
Yes, I want it. Commissioner Justice wants it, and he and I both live on the north side. And the folks on the north side have been paying into the property tax for since 2010, I believe it was. And they would really like to see a distinguished building there for fire service to the north side.
Kenny, when you started talking
you
about...
did it. That's $5 for one of us.
you put it in my
I got
head.
it.
You got me. Jamie,
me one.
Jamie, when the budget talk started,
yes,
it was going to be really a monstrous increase, and as it's turned out, somebody has figured out a way to get most of what you wanted done, I think, and not have a tax increase.
Yes, there was other ways. I mean, that was one way that was brought up, and it was very contentious, and it got a lot of red tail feathers in that room, but we were able to work, the commission was able to get together, put their heads together, and move some money around in a better way so that we could have the finances that we needed to continue to our growth and not raise the property tax. So that was a good thing. And we'll, each year we're going to have to come back and look and make sure that we can, steady that. Obviously, adding another station is going to put, some significant financial burden on the city, but I believe we've got some creative ways to go forward to pay for that and match the growth that's needed.
So, at this point, then you, as fire chief, are satisfied? You're okay with what has been done up till now? Then?
Oh yes, they've set $200,000 aside for the land that was there across from, that's going to be right across the street from Green Hill High School. Still got Ray and I were arguing about the colors last night. We were both black and gold. We said, what color are they? Well, they can be gold and black, but they can't be black and gold. But there was a discussion item last night. It was a report on debt obligation. On August the 12th, we were able to close on $6 million worth of bonds that we had. Restructured that. It left 3.45 still there, and we added $3 million of new to it. We got a finance rate of 1.27, which saved the taxpayers $152,000 in interest, but that $3 million is earmarked for the North Side Station. So things are, it's starting. We're getting the pieces, parts in place for to go up on that property there across from the new high school and begin an effort for a North Side Fire Station. Are
there further negotiations to be made with the Board of Education?
I'm not sure. I'm sure there are. We haven't signed a check over to them yet. So there's still, but everybody's shaking their head in the same direction about going forward on this piece of property.
What kind of time frame, at least in your mind, are you thinking for when maybe they'll break ground and then the station will be complete?
At least from the day we put the silver shovels into the ground, and at least a year from then. So as soon as we can get the details worked out with the purchase of the land, the city is getting ready to put out a RFQ, which is a request for qualifications, to a number of architects and engineers to start looking at what their building plans are going to be. I've got about 28 different diagram or blueprints for stations that I've been looking at, been taking, the best parts of this and that, and built up one, that looks real good. So a lot of the preliminary paperwork and legwork is getting underway.
Is it within the realm of possibility that dirt could be turned before the end of the year?
Ooh.
That's not a yes or no question.
Yeah, that's not a yes or no. Turn the recorder off. I don't know. That would be very advantageous. Yeah, that would be very advantageous. I think we're going to work ourselves at a deliberate pace. I don't think we're going to get in a rush. This is obviously something significant for the north side. It's significant for the city and the citizens there. And I know that the commission and the administration wants to do it right the first time.
Once this is in place, up and running, how is that going to change, or is it really going to be other than closer to the people you're serving? What are the other advantages, maybe, or changes or differences that we could expect from the Mount Juliet Fire Department?
Well, everyone in the city of Mount Juliet gets the same service. Now, the difference is the time on that. So there's not an enhanced type of service for any one particular area. It's just the time, the response time. It takes us, obviously, the north side is served right now from the center of the city and the station behind City Hall, so it takes a little bit more time to get from there to North Green Hill Road to the Matterhorn and at the county line, and anywhere along out Saundersville Road, Nonneville Road. So this is going to really be the expediency of the service delivery is going to be the big improvement there. And I think that's going to, the folks are on the north side. I know, like I said, at 5 o'clock when I get home and take off my uniform, I become the taxpayer at 511 Summit Way, and I know what I want in that frame of mind as well as the fire chief. So
right. All right. We haven't talked about your new member, and we're going to do that, but we got to go to a break first. And if you're just joining us, Jamie Luffman, fire chief for the city of Mount Juliet, is here, and our program is presented by Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital, Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
And it's now 7:16. Let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to Bates Ford. Get $50 off, $250 repair offer to owners of Ford and 10-year-old Ford, Lincoln, or Mercury vehicles. Bates Ford, 1673 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Well, good morning. Checking on a possible wreck near the zoo there at Legion Fields at Nolensville. Plank at South Nashville. Traffic's on the increase big time out here now on 65 up through Williamson County. 24 is pretty heavy now by Harding Place, 24 westbound, as all that traffic flow comes through the construction zone there at the Hickory Hollow Parkway exit on 24 going westbound. Around the Neighborhood Oil Change can come to you at home or work, saving you time and money. Call these guys today. Around the Neighborhood Oil Change, 709-2645. I'm Commander Chuck. You're on time traffic.
It's a new day at Lebanon Health and Rehabilitation. Lebanon Health and Rehabilitation has experienced new leadership, a new atmosphere at the same location in the heart of Lebanon. Located at 731 Castle Heights Court on the Castle Heights campus, Lebanon Health and Rehabilitation is providing 5-star clinical outcomes to short-term and long-term care residents. Call 444-4319 for a tour and to experience the new culture. It's a new day at Lebanon Health Care and Rehabilitation.
If you're a fan of Wilson County High School football, make sure to tune in to the Fakes and Hooker Scoreboard Show every Friday night after the LHS football game right here on WANT FM 98.9. Trent Perry and myself, John Boyce, will give you all the county scores as well as the entire mid-state. We will also interview each county coach after their game. The Scoreboard Show is brought to you by Fakes and Hooker, Designers Carpet, Lebanon Appliance, Mitchie's Landscape and Design, Palmetto's Insurance, Sammy B's, and Kenny Salas with Blackwell Realty. That's the Fakes and Hooker Scoreboard Show every Friday night.
It's a quick turnaround for your Titans, as this Thursday night, they play the Bears at Soldier Field. The award-winning Titans countdown's on the air at 6. Voice of the Titans, Mike Keith, and the head coach of Titans Radio, Dave McGinnis, have the call of Titans and Bears with a kickoff at 7.
Brought to you by Absolute Kubota Exmark, Bates Ford, Fakes and Hooker, Steamwell Plumbing, and the Jewelers.
This is Wilson County's home for real country music and the Tennessee Titans. Real Country 98.9.
And again, good morning. We welcome you to Coleman and Company, a program presented by Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital. And Jamie Luffman is here this morning, fire chief for the city of Mount Juliet. Now, there was it took a while to find a replacement member of the Board of Commissioners, but that was settled not last night, but 2 weeks ago. And then I guess last night was the induction, the ceremony, swearing in.
We swear her in.
All right.
Yeah, she got Sworn in last night by City Judge Carolyn Christopherson, and her name is Jennifer Mullally. She's a delightful lady that lives down in District 4, and I know that it's exciting for the people of District 4 to now have full representation there in their district for the city. And yes, she's sworn in last night. She and I have already worked together on a couple of fire-related items, and she will be holding. I was going to drag her up here this morning, but we were going to let her get her feet wet first. But she'll be up here soon enough to introduce herself and talk to you and inform the listeners about her intentions as a representative.
Well, that'd be nice. Any Tuesday you want to bring her or just send her, that'd be wonderful.
Okay. Well, I'll talk to the man what knows a man, and he can tell her. But no, she's a delightful lady, and she got in last night, got to legislating on some of the items that were ahead and voted, and everything. Like I said, just about everything went 5-0. So it's good to have that unity back in the commission.
Yeah, and that's something you for quite some time. I have noticed that you seem to be more together, even when you have disagreed. It hadn't been, I don't think, what my understanding, not a knockdown, drag out like some that have been in the past. Although there have been some contentions over the budget this year and over this Board of Commissioners seat. Yes. And some strong opinions that weren't all together.
No, and that's going to happen. It's if it were all to come together every time, then that would be that's vanilla.
Yeah,
and that's we all know that that's not a realistic concept to hold on to. You're going to have points of contention here and there because you do have 5 distinct different individuals up there, and but when they come together, the part that really shines is they come together for the citizens. That's the thing. It's not about who wins what point or whatnot. It's just when they come together on a 5-0 vote like that, the citizens benefit, and I don't know that they're aware of how well they benefit from that.
You were telling me during the break here you've got a big Mount Juliet Day. That's what's the title of it?
It's Celebrate Mount Juliet Day.
Celebrate Mount Juliet Day. All right, and that's not far away.
No, it's not. September the 14th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Charlie Daniels Park. There's going to be live performances by the Cedar Creek Band. That's Brother Ray's band of hooligans. They make pretty good tunes, and also
They sing and play.
He sings. He sings. Yes.
I have not heard Ray
Preston
Justice.
Walden, Buck Walden. Yeah, we was all little boys together back in the day, so I could sit up there and watch them play.
And that's the Cedar Creek Band.
The Cedar Creek Band. That's them. And but they're going to be opening up for the headliner, which is Little Texas. I'm sure a lot of people have known them. I used to mix for them years ago, back in my days at Opryland. So I've been around them for quite some time. We're going to have food trucks. There's going to be a Mount Juliet history walk. You walk around the track there, and there's going to be different posts there with different pieces of archived information about the history of Mount Juliet. So people can come and learn all about, our little hamlet. And back when, they were talking the other day.
It's not a little hamlet anymore.
No, it's not. People were talking the other day. I heard some guy mention, he said, yeah, I remember when we got our first red light. And I said, I remember before that. I remember when we had a 3-way stop at Mount Juliet Road and Lebanon Road. So it was, it's going to go back. You might even have a picture of me and Ray, long hair and short breeches. There's going to be a cornhole tournament, an antique car show, some muscle cars, autographed Charlie Daniels fiddle giveaway, and lots of people. The BPAC will host its annual walk, run, and roll that morning before the other festivities. So, and we want everybody to come out. It is a Celebrate Mount Juliet Day. We want folks that, like Ray and I, we've been there since day one. Or our day one.
Yeah.
And we want people that have come in, 2 years, 5 years, whenever, and come up and just see the history of where they live now and how we're so proud of the work that we do there for them in the city. And it's going to be a neat day. It's going to be a real neat day.
You said the 12th of September.
14th.
September 14th. That's
14th.
A Saturday.
That is a Saturday.
Okay.
Yes.
Saturday,
Come early,
September
stay
14th.
late.
All right.
But, yeah. And
what times it begin?
10 a.m.
10 a.m. Now, how long do you think it'll go?
It goes until 2 p.m.
Oh, okay. Oh, you not only have a beginning time, you do have a quitting time.
We have an ending
All
time,
right.
and there'll be food trucks there. We on special occasions we do allow food trucks to come in and provide good stuff. And then this is going to be real good for people who are jonesing after all that fair food, so they can still get a little bit of things that are bad for them but taste good.
Yeah. Well, speaking of the fair, I guess you made the fair, Wilson County Fair.
Yes.
Did you didn't have an active role as fire chief of Mount Juliet?
No, I went
spectator.
incognito. Yeah, I didn't make eye contact with anybody.
Are you privy to all the security that takes place there? You surely know some about it.
Oh yes, years ago when I was with the county, we provided that all through the week, and it was 24/7. We were watching even after the fair had closed. We were still there, stationed at different places, watching the exhibits and making sure everything was there. I
think it's been enhanced here lately even more.
Yes,
quite a bit
that
more
was
than
when I was there. Well, that was pre 9/11.
Yeah.
So now it's and it's very sad. I was teaching my Sunday school class Sunday, and the kids come in and we're talking about what happened Saturday night with the backfire and all this other, and it was just. I mean, I agree for the world that they're growing up in. Because that's, it's so foreign to you and I that we would, be worried about this and that. But for them, it's the world that they've come to know.
Right. Just like you're talking about the earlier days of Mount Juliet when you had one traffic light and you could get from point A to point B. I forgot where you said, but in 17 minutes or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was dating a little girl over on Underwood Road, and I could make it back to Lori Lane in about 17 minutes with Chief Charles McQuarrie tail grabbing my bumper.
But time doesn't stand still. Times change. We have to change with the times. And the older I get, the harder that is to do, I'll tell you. The traffic, even here in Lebanon of a morning, I mean, the way we back up at the traffic light there at Hartsville Pike, it seems like nearly every week the traffic backs up a little bit farther when I get there, and it takes longer to negotiate that light, and this is going to take longer, not shorter.
No, it was funny. Kenny called one day and said, "Hey, can you run up to City Hall?" I said, "Sure." So I got in the truck and was headed up that way. And I had to call him back and say, "Listen, I'm sorry. I'm going to be running a little bit late." He said, "What's the matter?" And I said, "Words I never thought I'd speak. I'm stuck in downtown Mount Juliet traffic." So, but we do have a traffic plan that Andy Barlow, our Deputy Public Works Director, has been working closely with the Commission on, and so we are identifying that as a significant hindrance and wanting to do some things progressive for the future so that we can certainly lessen that.
Yeah. Well, Jamie, one of the things, and especially this time of year, in the early part of August, more than maybe any other time, we call attention to school buses out here and the laws regarding that. Of course, that what's been added this year has to do with cell phones. You're not supposed to use them at all in your hand anymore, and that is a big change in itself. That I mean, in a school zone, you're not even supposed to I guess even be talking if you got it mounted on your dash. I'm not sure about that one. But
I think you can use a hands-free device because in my truck, when I get in, it takes over the functions of the phone. So if somebody calls, I just hit a button right there on the steering wheel and I can talk to them.
Yeah.
But honestly, when you go through a school zone like that, it really should be diligent of people to just put your hands on the wheel 10 and 2 and look. Be defensive and watch all around you, because it's very important. I mean, the kids, the school buses, and all of that. It's just very important, and people should be more focused on that.
And we were talking about times changing. If my memory is right, at one time, the elementary and high school was at the same place there in Mount Juliet.
Yes. Yes, that was stacked up. Yeah,
and your football field, you had one field right behind the school there.
Oh, yeah.
And but people discovered Mount Juliet, and they migrated there, and well, there's a lot of traffic anymore. There's a lot of schools. Times have changed.
Yeah, people always say, "Well, I'm stuck in traffic." Like, no, you are traffic. But it has. I've given up a whole lot of hunting and fishing grounds over there, so folks can come in and enjoy our little corner of heaven. And so I'm tickled, to have them in there and welcome them in there. And this day is going to be, I think this is going to be a paramount day for the city of Mount Juliet. I think it's going to be wonderful to share that.
All right, we got 1 minute here. Let's kind of recap. Last night, the Board of Commissioners did vote 5-0 to accept and settle with the Board of Education and over the liquor tax that was owed, and so hopefully that can be put to bed.
Yes.
And then we got the new member of the Board of Commissioners sworn in last night.
Yes.
What's her name again?
Jennifer Mullally.
Jennifer Mullally, all right. And then the other thing is September 14th.
Yes.
Your big Celebrate Mount Juliet Day.
That's it.
From 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Tell a buddy, bring a friend.
And where is that going to be?
That is going to be at Charlie Daniels Park.
Charlie Daniels Park. Where else? All right. Well, thank you for being with us this morning.
My
I
pleasure.
hope you have a great week and a great month until I see you again as Fire Chief of the City of Mount Juliet, Jamie Luffman. And a reminder that our program presented by Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital, the Hip and Knee Pain Seminar September 17th, preceded by the Stroke Support Group on September 12th. And that's part one of Coleman and Company. Keep it here for more. FM 98.9.
And it's now 7:28. Let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks, Absolute Kubota and Rental. They have Land Pride, quality tractor implements, including cutters, finish mowers, box blades, tillers, and more. 5-year gearbox warranty, extremely durable and well-built. 1325 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. Still heavy traffic out here on 24 trying to get up through the Hickory Hollow area. The police moved that wreck over to the side here that's coming in through Antioch right now from Rutherford County on 24 westbound here at OHB. Gallatin Pike at OHB in Madison. That's a wreck involving injuries. Avoid that intersection. Bumper to bumper now on 40 westbound here trying to get past Spence Lane. Hey, Around the Neighborhood Oil Change can come to you at home or work, saving you time and money. Call them at 709-2645. I'm Commander Chuck. You're on time traffic.
71 degrees all the way.
73 degrees, please.
So what's your perfect degree of comfort? We'll help you find it with professional Rheem HVAC service that'll keep your home comfy year-round, save on energy costs, and may qualify for utility rebates and tax credits. So enjoy a new degree of comfort.
72 degrees, and I'm good to go.
Financing available through TVA's Energy Right program and your local power company. Call Randy's Heat and Air 237-3604.
It's all about taking care of you, and THW Insurance will do just that. Are you looking for home or auto insurance? THW represents Westfield Insurance and other fine companies. Together, we will protect you and your family. Call Carl Ragland at 615-443-6530 or stop in and see him at the Wilson Bank and Trust Providence location in Mount Juliet.
Happy Tuesday. I'm afraid you will need the umbrella again today. We'll see mainly cloudy skies with more scattered showers and storms as we head through this afternoon. Highs will top out in the mid-80s. Now those rain chances will stick around through this evening, especially early on. However, the good news, skies will start to clear out during the overnight with lows in the mid-60s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Nisa Lomax.
Coleman and Company, welcome to the second half, part two, here on a Tuesday morning. We're ready to talk about Hearthside Senior Living. Sean Dozier's with us, and good morning again.
Good morning, Coleman. It's a beautiful day out there.
It was a little bit cloudy and overcast when I walked in over 30 minutes ago.
It's clearing
it's
up.
I don't know whether we got some more rain or not, but
Maybe a little.
Tomorrow I know is supposed to be no rain.
I think we got a couple of days of great weather. And are you off on Labor Day?
Yes.
Okay, good. So maybe you'll have a nice, beautiful weekend to enjoy.
We need to tell everybody that Sean Dozier is Executive Director of Hearthside Senior Living, Retirement, Assisted Living Community at 215 Castle Heights Avenue North here in Lebanon, Tennessee. And how long you had this job?
I've been there about a little over a year.
Yeah.
I've really enjoyed it. And I, when they when Heath called me and said, "Would you like to come?" And I said, "Absolutely." I've always admired Hearthside from a distance, working in the nursing home industry. Just watching what they do as a nonprofit, serving seniors, and when they started the retirement community about 10 years ago, watching that develop over time. So it's just been really, really neat to watch it, how it's grown, and just to be a part of it has been fantastic.
Okay, you've got somebody. You have brought somebody with you.
I did. Last week I brought Betty. She's our activities director. She does a great job. But I brought Tanya Tarpley-Rulin. Tanya is a resident assistant who serves our residents. A lot of the residents are listening right now. They know what a great job she does. But she wrote a song. And what's the name of the song, Tanya?
The song is called Walking Down Amnesia Lane.
And you wrote the song for your...
I wrote the song for my mother.
Walking Down Amnesia Lane.
It's a really great song. And what I want to do is I want to point people to our Facebook page, Hearthside Senior Living, and they can watch a video of her and your co-writer.
Jeffrey Lyles. He's my co-writer.
And it's really a great song. And, she said, "You know what? I'm trying to promote this song. I'm trying to get out there." And I said, "Well, why don't you just come on Coleman? A lot of people listen to Coleman. You never know. You may have a big break. You may have a big break on Coleman." So she does a great job at our community. So I'd say, absolutely, come on, and let people know about you.
Could we talk just a little about the song? How did this come about?
Well, my mother is fighting with dementia right now, and my father and I take care of her. And going through the process of it, I was like, I need to write something to help people out there that's caregiving for them, and also that has it.
So you've come through with this.
Yes.
And she performs it. Her and her co-writer, her brother as well. They perform it.
Right.
They came to our facility Saturday, I believe.
Yes, it was Saturday.
Performed, and she's performed different places around town. So a lot of people know Tanya and knows what a great heart she has for not only our seniors at Hearthside, but of course her mom as well.
Okay, well I tell you what I think you need to do when you get through here. I think you need to take her in and introduce her.
I was going to take her to introduce her to MJ, but I did want to direct people to our Facebook page because it's a great video. The words are there, and she does a fantastic job. So I appreciate all she does.
MJ's got more connections than I have. She might can help you.
She might could.
Well, is this your first song to write?
Yes, this is my first song to write.
Well, it usually takes a few to get started.
Oh, yeah.
But you've evidently done okay with the first.
She's done great. And good. Once you hear the words, it really is moving. And now that you know the backstory, it's about her mom. I think it will mean more.
And you can see this, hear this,
see it,
watch it on Facebook.
Right? Watch it on our Facebook page.
Okay. All right. Hearthside Living.
Hearthside Senior Living. Just type it in and it'll pop up.
All right.
I'm still trying to get you to like our page. I've almost got 300 likes.
I thought I did.
Well, you may have. I'll double check.
Well, I'm not the most skilled at that. I mean, I've done it right.
Well,
check it.
I'll
let
double
me
check
know.
and let you
All
know.
right.
But anyway, a couple other things we got going on. We do have a large room available at the assisted living, so want to let people know about that. If people want to come by to take a tour, we'd love to see them. And then also Friday, every quarter or so we do our Fish Friday. Elaine from Elaine's Country Kitchen. A lot of people enjoyed her fish, and now she's one of our cooks. So this Friday from 11 to 12:30, we're going to have fish, white beans, fries, coleslaw. So if you want to come by for $5, you can get Elaine's Country Kitchen and get her fish. It's fantastic. It's one of some of the best fish in town. We have it a lot at Hearthside, unfortunately for me because I eat it. So it'll be this Friday from 11 to 12:30. If you're interested, if you want to call ahead of time, you can call 443-1994. But a lot going on this week at Hearthside, and a lot of good things are going on.
Well, and of course, Tanya here is another one of the good things we found about this morning.
Oh, she's wonderful.
Tanya
Tarpley-Rulin.
All right.
And let me give my Hearthside hello.
Oh, we got to do that.
Real quick.
Almost forgetting.
Well, I was walking.
Hey, by the way, don't forget that Monday is Labor Day, and when next Tuesday seems like Monday, don't forget to come out.
I'll be here Tuesday. I'll be here Tuesday.
Hearthside
hello goes to a gentleman named Koos Van Buren. I ran into his son, Cobus Van Buren, while I was actually walking this weekend around our neighborhood. He says, my dad listens to Coleman. They're from South Africa, but they listen to you, and just a great family, and his name is Koos Van Buren. So Hearthside hello to Mr. Van Buren.
All right. Well, thank you for being with us. And Tanya, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
And Betty Kelly has made some pictures this morning. Will they be on your Facebook?
They'll be on our Facebook page later today.
All right, great. Well, see you next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday,
All right,
Coleman.
thank you much. That is Sean Dozier, Executive Director, Harside Senior Living, Retirement Assisted Living Community, 215 Castle Heights Avenue North here in Lebanon, Tennessee. And we are about 21 and a half minutes before the 8 o'clock hour. And I have a special guest this morning for part 2. We did the Fairest of the Fair last Wednesday. We did Ms. Senior Wilson County yesterday. And today we've got Ms. Wilson County Fair, Tammy McCormick. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well, and it's good to see you here.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
I did get to introduce the three of you at the great giveaway the other night, and we've talked on the phone a couple of times, but to be honest, I already know you. And this morning, I hopefully, along with our listening audience, going to get to know a little bit more about Tammy McCormick. You are wearing your crown today.
I am. I didn't know if I was supposed to or not, so I figured why not? Wear it while I can, right?
You can't see it on radio, but it doesn't matter. Well, let's start at the beginning. Where are you from?
I am from Mount Juliet originally. I'm born and raised here, and now I live in Lebanon.
Did you go to school in Mount Juliet?
I went to Mount Juliet High School. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So born and raised, country girl a little bit.
Well, we've had the Fairest of the Fair, I guess, almost as far back as I can remember.
Yes, sir.
At some point, Sue Bonetta and some others started the Ms. Senior Wilson County, and I'm not sure in the beginning. I think from what they said yesterday, it might not have had
it's been like 2 years,
a part of the fair, but then yours has come along lately. We had those 60 or older are in one group, and the Fairest of the Fair is probably under 21, maybe something like that. Well, there's a big space in between.
And that's my big space, 21 to 59, I believe.
What prompted you to get involved in that?
Well, I grew up doing pageants, and I loved it. And then last year I did this one. I did not place. So I thought, I'm going to do it one more year. I just wasn't in the right mindset last year. And I grew up doing them with my mother. And I recently lost my mom last year. And I felt like that was another reason why I really wanted to do this one again, just in her memory. And it was awesome. I won. I think I was just better prepared for it this year than I was last year with everything that happened last year.
Well, let's catch up here from the time you graduated at Mount Juliet High School. What did you do after that?
Well, I had kids. I have 2 kids, and now I have a bonus kid because I'm remarried. So my kids are 26, 23, and my stepdaughter is 18. And I have 2 grandsons. So I do hair at Salon G2 in Mount Juliet. I've been a hairstylist for almost 12 years now.
So you grew up in Mount Juliet, graduated from high school in Mount Juliet. You moved to Lebanon, but now you work in Mount Juliet.
Exactly. It's a little backwards, but I will always love Mount Juliet. I do love Lebanon now. I heard you talking on the show on the way here about the traffic in Mount Juliet. I have to deal with that every day.
Yeah.
But yeah, my dad still lives in Mount Juliet, so I have to go there. My grandfather, I help take care of him, and he still lives in Mount Juliet. So I'm always in Mount Juliet.
All right. Well, at least you don't pay a whole lot of attention to any wall that there might be at 109 then.
Oh, no, sir. No, sir. We love Lebanon. We've lived here 3 years now. We just recently bought 10 acres, and we love it. Don't know what we're going to do with it yet. It's just 10 acres, and we're just loving that land.
All right. Again, you are Ms. Senior Wilson County Fair. I don't know much I've seen the Fairest of the Fair a few times. I know a little bit about Ms. Senior Wilson County and what they've talked about. I know nothing about what your procedure or what you do. So walk us through some of this, what that was all about.
Well, this week was starting on Monday for the pageant. Of course, the age group is 21 to 59. So it was very difficult, I thought, to be in such a huge age group and being part of the older group. And today is my birthday, so it's a special day for me. After you win, you're kind of like really involved with the fair all week, which I absolutely loved. I've never been involved with the fair that much. I was there every night to help out in any way that they needed me. So that was I did the drawing. We were there. I helped crown. I helped give away trophies and ribbons at the mule show, the horse show, the sheep show. That was awesome. I've never witnessed any of those of the fair, and I've been to the fair since I was little bitty.
Yeah.
So, but I've never witnessed any of those shows, and it was quite interesting.
Did you do quite a bit on last Wednesday when the governor came in the morning?
Yes, sir.
That was all 3 of those.
That was actually, we ended up doing that on Thursday. We had breakfast. The governor was there on Thursday.
I'm sorry. Yeah, it was Thursday.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
I'm sorry.
Yes, sir. I believe. Yeah. So the governor was there on Thursday morning. We had a breakfast to celebrate the farmers and agriculture, and then we had a lunch. And we had a bunch of senators and commissioners there on Thursday afternoon. And we celebrated Century Farms. And they honored 2 farms that were over 200 years old, which is quite amazing. Yeah. And then Thursday night, we had a dinner. So I ate very well on Thursday, along with the whole week of eating fair food.
Yeah, the only problem Thursday was the rain.
Yes, sir. It came Thursday evening, and we had the dinner to help just honor the people on the committee. Right. And it started raining, but we still ate good, and we still had a good time.
I still remember Randall Clemens was the MC for that, and he's moaning about the rain tonight's probably cost us $150,000.
He did. It's like, it's okay. We'll make up. But we did, I feel like. But after I left, the rain quit. Yeah. And everybody was coming in. Yeah, I think they waited till the rain.
Right. Well, at that point, we didn't know, had no idea. In fact, the weather forecast didn't look it's very favorable, I didn't think, for Friday or Saturday, as it turned out.
Correct.
Had great attendance, those two.
Yes,
and
sir.
I would think that we pretty much made up for Thursday night if when you wind up with the second largest attendance ever at the fair.
Yes, sir.
So,
that was quite
so
amazing.
maybe Mr. Clemens is okay.
I think he will be.
Well, you know how bankers are. They want to say
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We got to take a break right here. Tammy McCormick is my guest. Ms. Wilson County Fair, and we're going to talk more to Tammy after this break. Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
And it's now 7:46, so let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to Bates Ford and the Works Vehicle Checkup. They'll make sure your vehicle is ready for any road. $39.95. You get a tire rotation, safety check, and 5 quarts of oil plus tax and disposal. Bates Ford, 1673 West Main. Now in traffic, here's Chuck.
You're working the following accidents. South Gray Cross, there at Due West. That's in Madison. OHB at East Park. That's over in Oak Hill, South Nashville. Gallatin Pike at OHB should also be cleared up in just a few minutes. Still quite a bit of traffic volume out here coming through Kingston Springs this morning on 40 going eastbound. All that traffic coming out of Dixon County. Hey, it's the 10th annual Oktoberfest coming up September 27th through November 3rd in Ober-Gatlinburg. Check it out, obergatlinburg.com. I'm Commander Chuck, your on-time traffic.
Welcome to Hearthside Senior Living, Lebanon's unique senior living community designed for seniors to age in place, all within a safe, comfortable, and Christian environment. Beautiful retirement homes designed for an independent lifestyle with maintenance-free living. Hearthside Senior Living also continues the excellent tradition of assisted living for those seniors who need additional services. Hearthside Senior Living, an independent retirement community and assisted living community, all on one campus in the heart of Lebanon. Call 615-443-1994 for a tour.
Hi, everybody. Tommy Bryan. Join me every Friday at 6:30. Lebanon High Football takes on some of the very best competition, brought to you by Absolute Kubota, D.T. McCall & Sons, K. Maynard State Farm Insurance, Bakes and Hooker, Lebanon Police Chief Mike Justice, Wilson County Sheriff Robert Bryan, Wilson Bank and Trust, Dickey's Barbecue Pit, and A.G. & Johnson Realty and Auction. The home opener Friday, August 30th against McGavitt.
At Absolute Kubota, now you can get a great-looking cut in less time, every time. With an Exmark, the mowers landscape pros trust 2-1 over the next best-selling brand of mowers. Right now, Exmark is offering great incentives on the newly redesigned Quest, our most affordable zero-turn riders, starting as low as just $32.99. Check out all the special Exmark deals today at Absolute Kubota, 1325 West Main Street, Lebanon, Tennessee. Exmark, ready to work for you.
Coleman and Company, thanks for joining us here on this Tuesday morning. We have Tammy McCormick, the Ms. Wilson County Fair. And I hope people understand these three different titles, these three different age groups. Fairs to the Fair we talked about earlier, that's for what, up to 21, I think,
sir.
or maybe under 21.
Yes, sir.
Your group's 21 through
59.
And so you you have young people can fit into that, older ladies can fit into
Yes,
that,
sir.
but under 60. And then the 60 and over is the
Yes, sir.
Ms. Senior Wilson County. So anyway, Tammy McCormick, and what, are you the third one of these, or is this the second time we've had this, or did you?
No, this is just the second. Last year was the first year.
Okay, so it is it's relatively new, and
Yes,
especially
sir.
compared to Fairs to the Fair, which is, like I said, been going for seemed like forever. But you had entered it last year
Yes,
and
sir.
didn't place. This year you came out on top.
I did.
And you never did really tell me some of the things. I want to know what they
What we
asked you
did.
to do. What we know what you have done after you were crowned. What
Yes,
what
sir.
happened from the time you said I'm going to enter this till you got that crown?
Well, as I prepared this week for it, I was so nervous about the question and answer because I felt like the last year that was one of my weaknesses. So this year I really went through the video from last year and just listened to the questions that they gave us, and then I would pause it and I would answer it. So this year I felt more prepared. So the question that I received was, what is something that we don't already know about you? Something interesting that we don't already know about you. And I was kind of excited to get that one because something interesting that people don't already know about me that was in the audience or the judges is I did the arm wrestling competition 5 or 6 years ago, and I won for 2 years straight. So that was something that was quite interesting, and that was my answer, and I guess it was a hit. Everybody liked it.
Well, tell us about the arm wrestling.
Well, I had some friends of mine, my coworkers, about 7 years ago. I think it was like the first year, the arm wrestling, because it hasn't been in the fair for a long time.
Okay. Well,
So they were
I
like,
hate
you
to
should
show
do it.
my ignorance, but I didn't even know we had arm
There
wrestling
is.
at
It's the
fair.
first Saturday of the fair. And they said, you should do it. You should do it. And I said, I don't know. So I said, okay, I'll do it. Why not? Let's do this. So it was an all-day event. Well, maybe like 5 hours. So we had like 1 heat, 2 heat, 3 heat. By that last one, I thought there's no way my arm can make this. And I won. And I was really shocked because the girl was a little bit bigger, like looked stronger than me. And I thought there's no way I'm going to win this. And I won.
Had you done this quite a bit early on?
Well, in high school, we had arm wrestling competitions in high school at Mount Juliet High School. And I won 1 year and I came in second. So I've always been, I'm just naturally a strong girl, I guess. Everybody's like, wow, you're really strong. I'm like, well, thank you.
What are some of the things that you like, leisure time or hobbies or things not related to work?
When I do
or
work,
homemaking.
Yes, sir. I do, like I said, I love working out. I try to work out every day. I have 2 grandsons, so I love spending time with them, and they're 5 and 3, and they're rambunctious, so you have to work out to keep up with younger kids, I do believe. So other than that, I really love crafting, and like I love singing karaoke. I love worship, and I go to church every Sunday. I go to GC Church in Lebanon, and I'm a life group leader there, and I love it. I mean, that's just...
Are you much into sports?
Oh, yes, sir. I love football. I should have mentioned that the first thing.
You still a Golden Bear. You still like Mount Juliet?
I still love Mount Juliet. I am a huge Vanderbilt fan. Oh, no, his face just dropped.
No, I remember when we were doing the Commodore and the Tennessee door.
I was
on
always
the drawing.
rooting for it. And, of course, the Commodore won for the car.
When I mentioned that, there was an applause, and it was you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I am also a Florida Gator fan because I married into the Florida Gator. So my husband's a huge Gator fan. But I am black and gold. My dad helps with the football team at Vanderbilt. He's been volunteering there for over 15 years now. And so we've always watched games with him and go to the games. So it's always been a part of my life.
And you know what their schedule is, I'm sure, this year.
Yes,
their
sir.
First game with Georgia, second with
I'll be there.
Purdue, and
yes,
then
sir. And then
LSU.
Yes, sir.
three of the toughest.
I know it's going to be hard, but we can do it. We have got it this year. We're going to have a better defense this year.
Who's going to be the starting quarterback?
I don't know. I think that may be still up in the air.
What they're saying is they're not going to let anybody know till right before
I've
kickoff.
asked my dad, and he's like, I can't tell you. And I was like, oh, okay.
You think he knows?
I think he knows, but he's not telling me.
Well,
I don't think he's allowed to tell me.
He probably wants to keep his job.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, I'm glad to know there's a few of us Vanderbilt fans.
I know. There's not a lot more. There's not a lot out there.
If you've been kicked around as long as I have, and especially by that team in East Tennessee, it takes.
Yes,
I think it takes strength to be a Vanderbilt fan.
Yes, sir.
You got to stick to it. But but like I told Keith the other night, 5 out of the last 7's not bad.
That's correct. That is correct.
You have the grandsons that you. What about your children? You mentioned their ages, but
my children. My son is Hunter. He's 26. He does heating and air with his father, my ex-husband, and they own a little business here in Lebanon area. And my daughter is 23, Michaela. She's in hair school, so she's following her mother's footsteps. And my stepdaughter is Sydney. She is 18, and she just started Trevecca.
Okay.
Yes,
well,
sir.
You're a hairdresser.
Yes, sir.
That's kind of your livelihood. How long have you done that?
Almost 12 years. I went to school later in life. I did, a bunch of little corporate jobs, and I always knew this is something I want to do. And thanks to my parents years ago, I was a single mom. They helped me go to hair school, and I love it. I love my job. I love doing hair. I love talking to people. It's just, I love it. I'm truly blessed.
You there 5 days a week?
Yes, sir. I usually do work a lot. When you're busy, then you work a lot.
Yeah.
But I'm able to rearrange my schedule like this morning. It's a job that even last week being so busy with the fair, I have the best clients. I had to rearrange it a little bit, and they all understood because they're all so proud of me and happy for me. So that's a good thing about being a hairstylist. You can kind of work your own hours a little bit, but you still work a lot.
Tammy, let me ask you this, because I know that in the Fairs to the Fair, there's the state competition in January that our Fairs to the Fair goes to and competes in. And we talked yesterday about Natalie Sewell going to the state contest. I believe that's in Crossville. Is there another contest for you to go to?
No, sir. There is not. I wish they would do one for the state. I would love to do it and be in it. But they don't have one for this category in different counties or for the state level.
Well, maybe you can get the ball rolling.
Maybe I could call somebody there and say, you need to do this.
We've got about 4 minutes left here this morning, and you're certainly a delightful guest, and
thank you.
Congratulate you on doing a great job, not only there but here on the radio with us this morning. But I just wonder, is there anything else that you got any other surprises or things that people don't know about you that you might like them to know about?
You put me on the spot here.
Do you ever fish?
I used to years ago, but I don't now.
You don't now.
I don't hunt. I don't fish. I do love riding four-wheelers, and we just bought us a brand new Ranger, and we go riding all the time back in the woods. I do love that, and riding four-wheelers.
Yeah. What about flowers or gardening or anything like that?
Well, I really do enjoy that, but sometimes I don't have the time to do that. The past 2 years has been kind of chaotic. I do help take care of my grandfather. He's 96. Yes, sir. My grandparents were married 74 years.
Wow.
My grandmother just recently passed away too. So I help being his caregiver and take care of him morning and evening. And I go to work during the day. So doing that, it's kind of busy right now. So my flowering has not been on the best game right now. I haven't had the best flower game.
What is his name?
His name is James Watts.
James Watts.
Yes,
and
sir.
96.
96, and still cuts his own grass. He still drives. Yes, sir. He does really good, but he still needs help in the mornings. He's not too much of a cook, so that's where I come in. I help cook because my grandmother, being married 74 years, he didn't have to cook.
Oh, I got it. Well, let's talk about your cooking.
Oh, I'm a good cook. That's my husband.
What's some of your favorite foods?
Well,
foods you like to cook?
Foods I like to cook. Sometimes I like to put things together and make my own recipe and see how it tastes. And usually they turn out really good because I do eat healthy. My husband, not so much. So I'm usually cooking 2 meals every night. One for
you
me.
You eat healthy, but you can't make it.
Well, he's one of those people that just naturally stays skinny. He can eat whatever he wants, and he's always the same size. Me, not so much. Women and men are totally different.
What do you eat different from him?
Well, like if I cook spaghetti,
okay.
His is noodles with hamburger meat, the sauce. Mine is turkey meat with spaghetti squash.
I got it.
And
okay.
I don't really eat the sauce. I just season my meat and just do a little bit of tomatoes in it. Yeah. I don't really eat sauce or eat noodles. So I'm always making 2 meals, which is totally fine. I'm okay with that. He's worth it. He's He's a great husband.
We're in our last minute here. Tammy, you've been a delightful guest, and sorry that you don't have farther to go, having won Ms. Wilson County Fair, but that's something you might work on if you ever have any spare time.
There's some pageants out there that I would just have to look up and see. I might look them up and might do one again this year. It's been a great year for me so far. Plus 2, I won back in March. I won Best Hairstylist of Wilson County for the Wilson Post magazine.
Oh.
And then I won this. So 2019 has been a great year so far for me.
Well, I want to thank you for coming out and sharing
thanks for having me. This is fun.
With us this morning. It's really been nice to have you, and I hope you continue to be a good hairdresser, hairstylist, whatever you call yourself.
Thank you so much.
Working in Mount Juliet, but living in Lebanon.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And our best to you, your husband, your family, your grandfather, and the whole 9 yards.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right. That is going to do it for a Tuesday. We'll do it all over again tomorrow if all goes well, and hope you'll join us then. And until tomorrow, I wish you a terrific day.